How to start an LLC in Florida. Ready to start your Florida business as a limited liability company, LLC? It can give you the freedom to work for yourself and still enjoy liability protection. Filing for your LLC correctly will save you time and money, so follow our step-by-step guide on how to start an LLC in Florida. Florida LLC. How to start a Florida LLC in 5 steps. To form your new business in the Sunshine State, you need to register your Florida LLC with the Florida Division of Corporations. Note, this step-by-step Florida LLC guide is for starting a domestic LLC, which is one started within the state you're residing in. A foreign LLC is one that originated in a different state. To register a foreign LLC in Florida, you complete a registration statement for a foreign LLC and follow a different process. Step 1. Name your Florida LLC. The first step is to name your LLC. Naming your LLC is one of the most important parts of starting your company. There are 2 sides to picking your business name: legal and marketing. The marketing side of picking your name is more fun, but we'll explain everything you need to know about naming your LLC in Florida. LLC Florida, using your name to market your business. This is your dream company, so its name should represent your company now and in the future. Your business name will represent your company as it grows. But you can always change it or create a fictitious name if your business changes in the future. With that said, keep in mind there are LLC naming rules to follow in Florida. LLC Florida, legal naming considerations. Unique name. Your business name has to be unique in the state of Florida. Make sure your Florida business name isn't taken. To check online to see if a name is available, see our Florida Business Entity Search page. Limited Liability Company. When you start a Florida LLC, your company name has to include the term Limited Liability Company or one of its abbreviations, LLC or LLC. Distinguishable name. Your name has to be distinguishable from other business names in Florida. These items are not considered distinguishable in the state of Florida. Articles like the A.N.N. Corp. Inc., LLC, Limited. And. Punctuation. Not connected to the government, your LLC Florida name can't contain language that implies your limited liability company is connected with the state or federal government. Stated purpose. Your name can't imply or openly state that it's organized for a purpose that it's not authorized to. Using bank in your name is an example of this. Reserving a business name. Do you have your perfect name but aren't ready to register? The state of Florida allows you to reserve a business name for up to 120 days. Additional Florida LLC naming considerations. Get a domain name. We assume you'll want to have a website for your business. An online presence is essential for most Florida limited liability companies. Keep your website's domain name, URL, in mind when you come up with a name. Trademarking your Florida LLC's name. You also need to check trademarks at the federal and state levels. For federal trademarks, check the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office's website to see if someone's already trademarked your business name. For Florida trademarks, you can search the Florida Secretary of State website page for trademarks. Filing for a fictitious name, known in other states as a doing business as name. Fictitious names are other names your business may use. There are rules for creating a fictitious name in Florida. It must be different from your personal name and your LLC's name. We offer a DBA name service to handle this for you in Florida. Step 2. Appoint a registered agent in Florida. What are Florida registered agents? A Florida registered agent is a person or business designated to receive official paperwork and other items from the state of Florida. They are required to be at the address provided during work hours to receive, and then pass on, important documents to you as the business owner. For example, if your company is sued for any reason, the registered agent is served the papers. Registered agents are not lawyers and don't provide any legal advice or feedback on the information they receive. Who can serve as your registered agent? Since every Florida LLC is required to have a registered agent, you can't skip this step. Legally, you can serve as your own registered agent, appoint another person, or use a registered agent service. It takes one responsibility off your shoulders, so you can focus on building your dream business. You don't want to be served with a lawsuit in front of customers. Being your own agent makes it difficult to go meet clients, take a vacation, or have a sick day, since the registered agent needs to be at the address provided during all normal business hours. Either way, all registered agents in Florida need to be over the age of 18 and have a street address in the state. What happens if Florida can't find my registered agent? The state of Florida has to be able to find your registered agent. If you're acting as your own registered agent in Florida, that means you have to be available or you could incur fines. This can happen pretty easily if you or your appointee isn't in the office, for example, out of town, on vacation, sick, etc., when they try to reach the agent. It can also happen if the agent moves or quits and you forget to update your paperwork with the state. If your business fails to have or continuously maintain a registered agent, you'll have to pay $500 for each year you don't comply. Use Zen Business for your registered agent service. We help you avoid penalties and fees by making sure you always have a registered agent available to accept important legal and government notices in person. We'll promptly relay those notices to you and store them in your dashboard so you can view, download, or print them at any time. Our service allows you to focus on other parts of your business and easily step away from the office without any worry. You never have to endure the embarrassment of being served notice of a lawsuit in front of clients and employees. Step 3. File Florida LLC Articles of Organization. LLC Florida, filing your Articles of Organization. To file your Articles of Organization, submit the information online with the Florida Department of State, Division of Corporations, through their Sunbiz website. But if you're not a Sunbizonite and need some human help, we can handle the filing for you. When you file your information online, you'll pay the fee with your credit card and complete everything online. An email confirmation will be sent to the email you provide. What to include in your Florida LLC Articles of Organization. Your LLC name. This is where the naming considerations discussed above come into play. Providing a name that doesn't follow Florida rules is one of the most common ways to be denied when submitting your Articles of Organization. Principal business address. What's the primary Florida street address where you'll be doing business? Enter your address here. Registered agent name and address. The person or service you've chosen to be your registered agent will also need to electronically sign the document, in addition to providing their name and address. LLC purpose. This will be the reason you're creating your LLC in Florida. Examples include to practice law, accounting services, marketing consulting, etc. Authorized managers or representatives. Here you'll provide the person's name who is authorized to execute and file records with the Florida Division of Corporations. Effective date. Your effective date will be the date the Division of Corporations receives and files your articles unless you specify an alternative date when you file. The effective date can be up to 5 days before the date of filing and up to 90 days after you file. Signature. It's required that you or someone acting as the authorized representative signs the document. This person can also be called the LLC organizer. Changes to your business. What if things change over time? Don't worry. You don't need to file your Articles of Organization again. To make most other changes to your Articles of Organization, you need to file Florida Articles of Amendment along with a fee. If you do need to file an amendment, we have an amendment filing service that can handle it for you, as well as our worry-free compliance service, which includes 2 amendment filings every year. How long will it take for my articles of organization to be processed? Orders will be processed in the order in which they're received. While processing times vary, the Florida Secretary of State typically handles submissions within 2 weeks. You can check updated processing times on their website. Step 4. Create an operating agreement. The benefits of having a Florida LLC operating agreement include personal asset protection. By clarifying which assets are part of the business and personal, you add another layer of protection between legal issues associated with your business and yourself. Clear definition of rules. Without an agreement, state default rules will decide disagreements, which may not be in your best interest. Ownership and capital clarification. An agreement can spell out what percentage of ownership each LLC member has in addition to their capital contributions. This makes it easier for the LLC owners. Funding your business. Some banks and lenders like to see the agreement before granting credit or loans, so they know you've taken steps to secure your business interests legally. A well-drafted LLC operating agreement may include the following. Details of your LLC. This includes your business name, DBAs, trademarks, members, the registered agent, and so on. Management structure and voting. It should be clear who is in charge and how decisions are made in the event of a disagreement. For example, will a vote be held? And do some votes count more than others based on ownership percentages? Capital contributions. A record of the funds each member contributes can be useful down the road when it comes time to distribute profits. Often, you want to make sure people are compensated according to their investment. Distributions of profits. You should clearly explain what happens to profits, such as whether they are evenly distributed or allocated based on capital contributions or ownership percentages. Ownership percentages. This is a clear statement of what percentage of the company each member owns. Responsibilities of each member. You should clearly spell out who is responsible for the day-to-day business operations. How changes in membership are handled. If someone wants to leave, are they paid a certain percentage of the business value? How will the members decide if and when to add someone new? If a member dies, does their ownership transfer to their next of kin? Dissolution. In the event that the business dissolves, how will assets and debts be split up? What will the process be? Do all LLC members sign the agreement? If you're creating an LLC with other members, owners, each involved party will need to sign the document, formalizing their agreement to the terms. It may also be a good idea to have your LLC agreement notarized. Operating Agreement Template, LLC Florida. Since Florida doesn't require an LLC operating agreement, there's no form to fill out and file with the Florida State Division of Corporations. If you're unsure as to where to start, you may want to consider using one of our Florida customizable operating agreement templates. Step 5. Apply for an EIN. Register your LLC with the federal government by getting an Employer Identification Number, EIN. EINs are also known as Federal Tax Identification Numbers or Federal Employer Identification Numbers. An EIN is not specific to Florida. It's a 9-digit number assigned by the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, and acts like a Social Security number for your LLC. Why should I apply for an EIN? The IRS requires your LLC to have an EIN if it has more than one member or has employees. Most banks also require an EIN for opening a business bank account. Open a business bank account. Once you've secured an EIN, you'll be able to open a company bank account. Separating your company bank account and your personal banking is crucial for separating your business and personal finances at tax time. Register for taxes, starting an LLC in Florida. You need to register with the Florida Department of Revenue before you start conducting business in the state. To get started, access the Florida Business Tax Application online, Form DR1. It asks a variety of questions that will assist you in identifying your tax responsibilities. Do I need to submit an annual report in Florida? First, annual report. Your annual report must be delivered to the department between January 1st and May 1st of the year following the calendar year that your LLC articles of organization became effective. Subsequent annual reports need to be delivered between January 1st and May 1st each calendar year moving forward. Information change. Use an amended annual report to update your entity's information. Any annual report submitted after the original one for that year will be treated as an amended report. Can filing as an S-Corp lower my taxes? The LLC business structure allows for some flexibility when it comes to being taxed. An LLC is taxed as a sole proprietorship if it has only one member or a partnership if it has multiple members. This appeals to most owners of LLCs because it avoids double taxation, in which a business pays taxes at both the business level and again when the income is paid to the individual owners. But some LLCs opt to be taxed as a C corporation or an S corporation because it works to their advantage. C corporation. Being taxed as a C corporation means double taxation exists, but, for certain LLCs, the advantages may outweigh the disadvantages. C corporations have the widest range of tax deductions, which could be an advantage in some scenarios. For example, insurance premiums can be written off as a business expense. S corporation. S-Corp is short for Subchapter S Corporation and is geared toward small businesses. Having your LLC taxed as an S-Corp has pass-through taxation like a standard LLC, but there's another potential advantage. It could save you money on self-employment taxes. It does this by allowing you to be an employee owner and split your income into your salary and your share of the company's profits. In this way, you pay self-employment taxes on your salary, but not your profits. We can help. Zen Business. We offer fast, accurate Florida LLC formation online. Our services provide long-term business support to help you start, run, and grow your business when you create an LLC in Florida. Are you ready to finally take the leap and launch the business you've been dreaming about? You're getting ready to form your own limited liability company or LLC. But wait, where do you start? Zen Business can easily guide you through the 5 legal steps of starting your LLC. Step 1. Select a great name for your LLC, one that no other business uses. Step 2. You must choose a registered agent to receive state correspondence and legal notices for you in person. Step 3. File your articles of organization. Once paperwork is approved and fees are collected, your LLC is official. Step 4. Create an operating agreement. This establishes the important rules for operating your company. And finally, Step 5. Apply for an employer identification number to open a bank account or hire employees. You may also need to review tax requirements. Feeling a little overwhelmed? Don't worry. Click the link in the description to let Zen Business quickly and easily form your LLC.